Welcome back to your favorite show, PBK9's Dog Talking TV, the PBC Pelican Bay's Corner, where we get it in. We talking about that news. We talking about the dogs, politics, even sports sometime. Hope everybody having a great day, taking care of them pets across the world. We're just getting into some of this dog talk today. No breaking news right this second. No breaking news right this second, but we do got some breaking dog talk, and we going to get into it on this episode. You know, I want to send a big shout out to the brothers and sisters down in the chat. Everybody that's rocking with the Bay, I want to send a big happy birthday shout out to my brother Yusef that celebrated a birthday over the past weekend. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Big 50, turned to big 50. Salute to you, my brother. And hopefully we see, you see, I see many more, you know. Like I said, we're going to get into the dog talk, man. We got a few topics to touch on today. We're going to hit it quick, and get to it, you know what I'm saying? First thing I want to say, nobody's bigger than the game. Nobody's bigger than the game, but if you look around and you just sit and just chill for a second and just look, just pay attention, the game is built on people thinking they bigger than the game and people looking at other people like they smaller than the game. You see? This little line was established. Now, if I'm going to make a line and I'm going to say, it's big me and little you, it's the little you, the ones who ain't taking care of them dogs, the ones who ain't doing right by them dogs. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, there's no big you and little me. There's no you bigger than the program and, you like on some other level and the program is down here. You know, we all equal in this thing when it comes to these dogs. If you taking care of your joint. But if you sit back and you look around and you sit around and you look, some folk, you know, like I always say, this is the only sport where folk don't exceed the next person, where people make records 100 years ago and the people who doing the same thing that they was doing 100 years ago, their records can't exceed them. This the only sport, steroids is not considered cheating. You know, only sport steroids not considered cheating. Only sport where records aren't broken and new people come up, they make new records and make new things to talk about and other things to talk about with these dogs. This the only sport, since we call it a sport. You know, nobody's bigger than the program. Chico Lopez thought he was bigger than the program. Maybe he think he is bigger than the program. You know, it's different dog people across this community that feel like they bigger than the program. What's the program, some may say? Taking care of your dogs? You know, having an American pit bull terrier that you take care of. See, right now we're talking about the pit bulls and not really talking about no other breed. Specifically the pit bull brothers. They bigger than the program out there, man. You know, and the thing is, when you sit back and you look at it, folk get mad at you because you're not content with being big you, little me. Because you're not content with that, because you're trying to do certain things inside your program, folks can say all kind of stuff. And it's this dog game. That's how the dog game built. It ain't got to be me. It ain't got to be you. It can be him, her. You know, it don't make no difference who it is. And I'm going to get onto that Dabo talk just a tad bit. Not much, just a tad bit, you know, because I ain't about to go back and forth about a dog. Like I said, about a dog that was around before I was even born. There's too many things for me to argue about, too many things for me to talk about, and hold these conversations about. Then some brothers is going to, you know, stand on information that we all got about a dog that was here before any of us was born. Some of y'all may have been born, but you wasn't bulldogging then. You know, ain't there one of y'all, not one of my brothers, and I ain't about to get on that yet, not one of my brothers yet gave me a bulldog story from the 60s, neither the 50s. But like I said, nobody's bigger than the game. You know, at the end of the day, man, you just gotta do it how you gotta do it. Like I always say, make the moves that's gonna benefit your program and do what you gotta do to benefit your program, man. That's all it is to it. Now, on another note, you know, we got Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson fight coming up. What y'all think about that down in the chat, man? Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson coming up in the early or the spring of next year. You know, me, myself, I was real, enthused to see a lot of these fights coming up, but that Tyson Mayweather fight, I really feel like it's going to be rigged up. We all know Mike Tyson is an actor. You know, he done acted in plenty of movies. See, we don't look at it like that, right? We look at it like, oh, this man a fighter, this man a fighter. What y'all better start realizing and remembering, Mike Tyson is an actor. You don't think that man he would have acted in a Rocky movie? So let me ask you a question. If he go act in a Rocky movie and he only make $3 million acting that role in Rocky, right? Made $3 million. Rocky beat his ass. But you telling me he ain't supposed to take 20 and 30 million for Jake Paul to beat his ass? He's an actor. Remember, don't forget, he's an actor. You know, he know how to get in there and act like Rocky Balboa. The man is talented. You can say what you want about him. He done been through the trenches. The man can stand in the ring, but what y'all forgetting is that man is an actor, a real actor. Done act in real movies with real directors. So you don't think he'll know how to go in here and act that role for Floyd? Vice versa. Floyd may have to take some lessons or something, but Tyson know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, take 20 million and go ahead and get my ass whipped. It's no different than taking 2 million to get my ass whipped in a Rocky movie. So, I mean, I ain't too enthused about it, but I mean, it's going to be something to see on TV or whatever, so we'll check it out. We got Crawford and Canelo coming this weekend. This weekend, my brothers, is on. This is the fight, pretty much the fight of the decade. Crawford and Canelo, in my opinion, speaking as a sports fan, as a boxing fan, in my opinion, Canelo and Crawford is the biggest fight since, I may have to be reminded. Since some of them boys back in the days, Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler, them boys. I'm going to tell you why. Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, you wait till Pacquiao got old. We all wanted that super fight, but it wasn't a super fight, but time to fight happened. Floyd and Canelo was stupid young then. The super fight for Floyd was Manny Pacquiao, which he waited until he was too old, and then people still wanted it, but it wasn't the same thing. It wasn't the same fire behind it. Now, this fight right here, you got two people in their prime. When I say in their prime, I mean, Canelo, you can't look at don't look like he gonna take no losses no time soon from anybody else. Bud, he ain't gonna take no losses no time soon from anybody else. They clashing in the middle. This is your Mayday, your grand champion Buck meeting in the middle. Your grand champion Yellow, your grand champion Buck meeting in the middle to see who it is, who gonna be the best, who gonna take home them belts, and them boys get extra money for knocking one of, if Crawford get knocked out or Canelo get knocked out. Some extra, I think they got $1 million some dollars, at least a 7-figure check, or it was a 6-figure, one or the other. Both of them good for knocking a man out, But yeah, we got that this weekend, man. A lot of people gonna lose some money. That's a fight that everybody can bet on. Some stuff you just bet just to bet, but this is a fight right here. I can't say you stupid for betting either way. You bet with Canelo, you got a fighting chance. You bet with Bud Crawford, you got a fighting chance. So I mean, hey, bet wisely. You don't let that liquor talk for you. You know what I'm saying? Great fight this weekend, man. Like I said, the fight of the decade, maybe fight of the last couple decades since them boys left. But let's get back into it, man. Let's get back into it. Football season done kicked off. Out there, I hear them Cowboy fans. Them Cowboy fans, you can hear them a mile away. They can win one game and it sounds like the damn playoffs done started already. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about them Cowboy fans. We got 17 games. Every single week, if you look on Facebook, it's going to look like it's the Super Bowl. Oh, what they did this, and it get real quiet about damn week 18. It's week 19. It ain't no week 18, 19. Them the playoffs for everybody else. You know, everybody else pretty much go most of the time. That's when they start falling off. You know, but it's that time, man, football season. Big salute and big shout out to all my brothers out there, man, with teams across the country. You know, let's just keep going with the dog talk, though. You know what I'm saying? These brothers, they want me to touch on it one time. Papers, what's papers? What's registered dogs? What's papers? Hey, because they say they tired of seeing when somebody say, I got papers on my dog. When you come back with your papers, the first thing you show me is, or the only thing you show me is, a damn vet bill. See, people get it mixed up. Y'all think, not y'all, some people think vet bills with your dog name on it is what we mean when we say, I got papers on my dog. You go show me papers on your dog and it's everything besides the family tree. You know, all papers is to us is a family tree and a bill of sale. Now, other people, they come, like I said, this will give you a little more knowledge on papers. That way you won't bring your bill of receipt. All your vet bill is a receipt. It ain't no papers, you know? So maybe that, if you're watching my video, maybe that'll help you if you one of them ones that do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not no big deal. If you don't know, you don't know. You know, I done seen plenty of people do it. All colors, men and women. Oh, I got papers on my dog. And then you go get the vet, last vet time he been to the vet, or shots at the vet where he done got shots. That ain't no papers. Now, don't get me wrong. Those are papers. Literally, those are papers, not dog papers. Those are paper in your hand, like paper. Paper that a tree makes. Paper. That's what that is, papers. But those are not papers. See, we call papers, what we call papers are registrations. You know? But we just, for short, we call them papers. So when people get confused, they throw papers in there. And if you don't know what papers really is, you'll go over and look at, oh, I got the papers on them. They go to vet bill, they show you, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. And you don't really know. Now later on down the line, you're asking about the bloodline and this and that, but they told you they had papers on it. Maybe they can find it on the bloodline on that receipt, you know? But I just wanted to touch on that, you know what I'm saying, real quick. You know, now, something I'm trying to figure out, right? When anybody sell a dog, when anybody sell a puppy, whether it's me, you, her, him, or your uncle across the street, if you put that 40 old English down, when anybody sell a puppy, I'm trying to figure out, right? How can it be, you know, a problem to you? This is why I tell anybody, when it comes to prices, when it comes to anything with my dogs, if I have a big litter, what I have, 10 puppies? If I got a big litter, I got 10 puppies? How many of y'all is out there? It's millions of y'all out there. You think I give a fuck what you talking about? Because big salute to all my Louisiana brothers out there, my real Louisiana brothers. You know, I got to check one. Got to put one in check. You know, millions of people. I got 10 puppies. You really think I care about what you think? You know, for one. These brothers be acting like they hurt somebody when they say what they're not going to pay for or what they are going to pay for. Man, you's a flea. I'm a big dog. Get the fuck out my face. You know what I'm saying? Plain out and simple. Now, next thing, the little flunky from Louisiana was saying, they got walkable dogs, this and that. Listen here, man. You got pedigrees. You got pedigrees and you breeding off of what somebody told you. You know? Because if your dogs was known, we would have known about them. They ain't making no noise, dog. You breeding off pedigrees. You don't know shit about them dogs. You breeding off pedigree and hope. I'm breeding off what I know. And I could clearly remember going to work with some of my brothers, you know what I'm saying, going to do that housing work and stuff. And some of y'all Facebook guys calling every day, texting every day, asking about dogs to the point where folk feel like you must be trying to make a movie or something. You asking so many questions about dogs. And then these be the same people that turn around and trying to tell me about the damn dogs on Facebook. That's why I say, y'all keep that shit in the dirty side of y'all community. You know what I'm saying? Keep it over there. You know, brother telling me, like, we got walking my dog, man, I don't give a fuck what you got. You can have all the walking my dogs you want, period. What I got to do with me? I got my dogs. You got walking my dogs, I got Mellow, Yellow, and Fletcher. What's your dog's name? Right, exactly. Point made. Nothing else got to be talked about that. Keep your bitch ass and stay out my damn comments with that bullshit ass flunky talk, man, while we over here doing shit with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't doing nothing else, you know my dog and I don't know yours, like I always tell them boys that want to talk trash. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't know mine, you wouldn't know what I was running. I don't know what you running. You trying to tell me what you running, and I still don't know what you running. But I can guarantee you this. You say you got walking my dogs? I guarantee you either got a buddy dog or a little thunder dog. A buddy dog, a quick dog, a little thunder. You can't have nothing else, bitch. You can't have nothing else, you bitch ass nigga, or a rattler. But you wouldn't know that because you breeding for pedigrees. All you can have is a little thunder, a rattler, a quick, or a buddy. That's all you got. What else you got? Tell me something about the dogs in the pedigree. Instead of worrying about my prices as my dogs I'm selling. I done told you, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. I can promise y'all brothers that shit. Every time I make my moves with my dogs, I'm finding out more and more why Chico, bitch ass, like to talk to y'all brothers like flunkies. You know, I see more and more, man. All that energy you spend on worrying about what I'm going to sell mine for, you should spend that energy on trying to promote your own shit. It don't work that way, though. It don't work that way, especially with my people. My people specialize in hating, specializing in trolling, modern day trolling. Like I always say, man, I done been out here in the trenches, man, out here with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Going up against tree huggers, going up against flunkies, going up against real bulldog men. At the end of the day, I stand on my own. I ain't never went to nobody for no damn help. You know what I'm saying? When it come to this shit, you know, I'm out here in my zone. You know, that's another thing. Come to these dogs. Big salute to the brother AQ 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to AQ 2.0 and Bella. Because we got that thing jumping off October 31st by way of the Samurai Digital Dog Show. Now, I will say this, like I said before, that's my last time doing that shit. You know, I don't got time for it. I'm a podcaster. I ain't trying to be 100 dog man. I'm a podcaster. I'm going to straight up tell you, you know, call me what you want to call me, you know. But all that dog collecting, I ain't into all that shit. I got other things I'm trying to do. Keep me a few good ones, some good ones worth talking about, and keep it stepping. Nothing to prove to nobody. About to have a little bit of fun and enjoy ourselves with this dog show. But I'm letting you know off top, like when Kobe did his tour, this is it for me. I'm not out the dog game. I'm out the dog game. Like I said, I'm retired. My dog is a pet. I'm fishing. I ain't trying to condition them. I don't give a damn about no shows. When I say I don't give a damn, I'm saying I ain't worried about trying to prove I go to no show to damn keep my dog legitimate and feel good with my pit bull. You know what I'm saying? I do legal, legitimate shit. If I want to run my shit on the treadmill, I'm going to run it, and I ain't worrying about going on the damn show. I ain't doing nothing illegal. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, everybody got to speak for their own selves. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to stand for them own selves at the end of the day. At least that's what I thought it was. You know? But I see out here in this dog thing, it ain't like that. It's always, some folks think they bigger than the game. You know? And what you go for, I ain't got to go for it. What I go for, you don't got to go for it. Just plain out, you know? Just plain out and simple. Y'all hit that like button up out there, man. Hit that subscribe button up if you're not subscribed to the channel. This is the only channel, like I say first, at the beginning, that you're going to get it fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Raw and uncut like pink Peruvian. I ain't talking about that pink shit Puff Daddy been having. I'm talking about pink Peruvian. He ain't had that pink Peruvian. They got some old shit they done put color dye into and all kind of stuff. New modern day stuff. I'm talking about pink Peruvian. Uncut raw. I ain't never seen so many people worry about what another man got instead of worrying about what you got as far as what you selling. You know, that's why I tell brothers, you sit around and sit on your ass and you trying to use these pedigrees to sell your puppies. And because people see real working dogs out here working, doing things, you know, now you go to hate. Oh, they ain't doing this or they ain't doing that. You damn right. All I'm doing is putting your ass on the news when you fuck up. You know? Plain out and simple. At the end of the day, I'm going to just put it like this right here, right? I don't give a fuck what you do with your dogs. You go out there and roll them, that's you. Do what you want to do. Everybody grown out here. It ain't my thing to sit up here and get up here and be like, oh, man, don't. Do what you want to damn do. They got folk for that, and they got places for that. And they got a news channel for that. So do what you do, man. That's the attitude I'm taking with this thing thus far. I'm tired of even worrying about what you do or trying to act like, oh, I care about this far as this. I do care about certain things, you know? But y'all brothers are dumbfounded. A lot of y'all. And I'm not talking about when it comes to pedigrees. I'm just talking about in general. You know, everybody don't got a platform. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not meant to have platforms. If you look on Facebook, it'll tell you that every single damn day. That's why YouTube, you don't see them on YouTube because that shit won't make it on YouTube. They on Facebook because everybody got friends on Facebook. Some people got a whole lot of friends and they never made videos or nothing. And they just automatically start making bullshit. That shit don't work on YouTube. You know? Just like the things brothers do in the dog game, it don't really work in the dog game no more. A lot of y'all lost and trying to figure out what's what. I tell you what's what, and you call me names. I tell you, see, these brothers get mad because I'm talking about the bitch. When I say I'm talking about the bitch, I ain't talking about one of these brothers that I'm arguing with on Facebook. I'm talking about when I say, oh, yeah, they taking their bitches to these dog fights. They doing this, they doing that. Them the ones that get mad because I say stuff like that. They get mad because I do the dog news and they could come up on a news channel. You already up on a motherfucking news channel, bitch. You already on the news channel. Not every one of y'all dumbasses. That's why I say I got to do things my way. Nobody ever called any of these news reporters across the country and asked them why they reported on the dog bust that happened in their city. You don't do that. You try to figure out somebody to blame it on. Pick and choose this and that. Pick and choose. Listen here, man. You know, to the ones that keep talking about that Big Ralph shit, let me explain something to you. You know, I didn't put his ass on the damn YouTube. You want to argue with something? Go argue with Arkansas Highway Patrol. They put his ass up there. I was strolling through YouTube and I seen dog fighting bust in Arkansas. So I clicked on the motherfucking video. You know, y'all don't want to talk about what's real. You want to hide Big Ralph, and Big Ralph, man, listen here, man. I ain't going to say shit because I ain't that type of dog channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know how fucked this dog game is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to fucking fit in. Everybody want to talk their little 2 cents, but when you listen to what they're saying, it be bullshit. Bullshit. Like I said before, I don't give a damn if it's me or anybody. What the fuck purpose you want to hide you getting arrested with some dogs for? Anybody. I'm going to ask you that. What do you got to hide? The news people did it. I wouldn't know about it if the news people went and did it. They ain't put a damn news. It ain't been an article that I did yet. Period. Since I started doing this, there haven't been an article that I did yet that I didn't get the information from somewhere else. I never rolled up on the scene while I was going down with the camera. Oh, I'm going down live. I may need to holler at the local news company, though, and see if I can get me a news job with the local news, but they got to be paying more than what I'm making already. I ain't going to do it just to say I'm my income. I'm already making money. But I don't roll up on a scene like that, but everybody got something to say. That's why I say kiss my black ass, you know what I'm saying? Like you always do. Big salute out to my brothers down in the chat. Big salute to Show Enough, John Denbury, City Boy Kennels. Big salute out to Mr. 216, Big Logic. All my brothers, man. They been rocking with the Bay. King Lone Swipe all the way over on the west side. You know what I'm saying? My brother Trevor. Big salute to my brother Trevor. Holding it down. Yeah, it just is what it is, dog. Flunkies, this is the thing about it. Don't think flunkies is over there on that Washington State over there. And the few that they gather around them. No, the flunkies down there in Louisiana too. Just because you from the South don't mean I'm going to hold off your ass. Come up here and tell me about them walkabout dogs you're talking about. I ain't talking about no illegal shit. Tell me what you're breeding far as what you got, and tell me what you know about stuff in your pedigree. Same old shit, man. Somebody looking for some attention. But they know I'm talking about them, but y'all don't know who I'm talking to right now. That's the good thing about having a platform of your own. You know exactly who I'm talking to, but y'all don't. The boy walking around with dog pound dogs worrying about how much you sell your dogs for. You know, hey, man, listen here. Y'all boy better get it together. Breed some healthy dogs for one. Stop breeding all them wormy-looking dogs and putting them wormy-looking dogs on videos and putting them, like I said, at the end of the day. Some of y'all got it. Some of y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? Some folk got it and some folk don't. Some of y'all can't even troll. You bad at trolling, you bad at breeding. Just get rid of the damn dogs. All you're going to do is get yourself in trouble. Oh, you mad because it ain't the Wild Wild West no more, and you want to take 40 people with you. And listen here, to the brother that asked me about Southern Triple J, I don't know. You act in the wrong. Big salute to you, fam. Big salute to you. But I'm going to tell you like this. You're in the wrong comment. If the video not about Southern Triple J, I don't talk about him. You know what I'm saying? I could care less what he got going on over there. Until that, them folk give me an update on that thing in Alabama. Other than that, I ain't got no quarrel with that brother. At all. But it's different. It's different. Like I said, nobody bigger than the game out here. Hey, you hate when I tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Some of these folk, I done seen y'all call them legends. I done seen y'all call them all kind of shit. For what? What did they do legendary that you ain't doing right now? So let me ask you this. Owning a pit bull makes you legendary? Just by purchasing a pit bull makes you legendary? I'm asking any brother. I'm not saying it don't. I'm just asking you. You born in 87. He born in 37. He purchased pit bulls in 40-something, 50-something. You purchased pit bulls in 90-something, 2000-something, whenever you purchase them. He the legend, you ain't. What made him a legend? Because he bought them in the 30s and you bought yours in the 2000s? That's what made him a legend. I'm trying to ask brothers. I'm trying to be on the same page with some of y'all brothers. You know? What makes you legend? Because you sell puppies? Because you selling puppies? Because you the only one got like these brothers say, I listen to them. You the one selling them, and you the only one got winners off of them. When I say winners, I'm talking about confirmation, weight pull, wall climb, whatever. But you the only one got winners off of them. But what makes you a legend? Producing great bulldogs makes you a legend? Producing bulldogs that doing what they're supposed to be doing from the start? See, a pit bull is supposed to go on that road. What? I mean, it's only going to be one winner no matter what. No matter how good both dogs is, it was only going to be one winner. Where does the legendary stuff that these brothers doing get considered legends? If you call this stuff, like, when I see brothers, I'm going to tell you some legendary stuff, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, you know, you can say, like, well, you can call Mr. Tudor, them, Mr. Kobe, all them old schoolers and stuff like that. They started the game. You know, they molded the game to what it is today. But just because a person came up in that era, don't put them on that level. Just because a person came up before you was born, don't mean they did more than what you did. You dealing with a whole different ball game now. You can bet your bottom dollar in the 40s, they didn't know all that stuff to shoot them dogs up with. The B12, the this, the that, the this. If they knew it, they couldn't get it. I guarantee you. You couldn't go to every single store and get the stuff that y'all brothers can get over the past 20 years from these stores and offline. What could they possibly have did besides roll them and breed them? Could they really get the max out the dog? Some of the stuff that we later found out, we get the maximum out of dogs. Because you know how to stress the dog out to that level. Did they even know about stress and stuff like that back then? I ain't talking to my dog trainers now. You know, because y'all will get in this conversation and start thinking about, no, you know they've been training dogs since way back, and they know about stress and all that type of stuff. All the supplements these brothers got now. You know they had to use in the 30s and the 40s? Dog food or house food? One or the other. Oh, so let's say that's during the time of some of these wars, World War II or some of these wars that was going on, Korean War, different wars, all in the 50s. And you mean to tell me the average folk, the average person gonna give the dog their house food over the dog food? Back in them days? Now they might do it. It's a regular thing now. We talking about in a different era. We got to put all this stuff into play when you want to call somebody a legend and downplay yourself. But like I said, I ain't here to help you boost your shit up. I can't help what you feel, your self-esteem and all that other stuff. You know, your confidence and all that. Feel how the hell you want to feel. I'm just telling you why I don't give a damn about the brother from Louisiana buying my damn dogs. I never asked him to buy a damn dog. Ask him whenever I ask him to buy one. Like I said before, I only got 10 damn puppies. What the hell I give a damn about what the hell you think? You know? Now, let's get to some dog talk for real, for real. The brother was asking me about the Cardenas and Garner's Eli. What's the difference? You know, what's the difference between Cardenas, Eli, and Garner stuff? You know, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. You know? But like I said, don't forget, October 31st, it's going down. AQ 2.0 Bella versus Pelican Bay's Mellow Yellow. It's going down October the 31st. You know, understanding what you got and what you lacking in a line before I get into that Cardenas Eli stuff. You need to understand what you got and what you lacking and be real with yourself when it comes to dogs. See, I always say you can lie to other people, but you can't lie to yourself when it comes to these dogs. They look good, but how confident do you feel yourself about them dogs? You know what you got, knowing what you lack, and knowing, like, if you're going to add something in it, make sure you adding in what you lacking. What the purpose of breeding your dog if you're not adding in what you lacking? At least on the same level or above. What's the purpose? For a pedigree? And then if you're not breeding for what you lacking, or, and then you just breed, next time you go to breed, say one of them offspring, you might be lacking even more. Now you notice you're lacking. You're lacking about 5, 6 things now. You was just lacking one thing, but now you're lacking 5, 6 things. Or got 2 or 3 things added. Instead of lacking, you got 2 or 3 things added that you didn't necessarily need. Because that's another thing. I say, what you lacking in your traits, what you want to breed for. You got to make sure that dog bringing something to the table, and he ain't bringing nothing to the table. Dogs bring all kind of stuff to the table. Health problems, skin problems, all sorts of genetic problems dogs bring to the table. And when it comes to the dogs it's like this here, right? 1,000 people can say they don't like the Big John stuff. That don't got nothing to do with me. I can care less what you like. I don't like my dogs because none of y'all like them. Everybody in that chat, I don't got my dogs, or I like my dogs because you like them. I got my dogs when I met you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if half the country don't like them. I like them because I like them. Because I know why I like them. And like I said, everybody do things differently. No matter how much some of these brothers act like they know about the dogs, know about this, they don't know about the dogs they breeding. They know about the pedigrees. Yeah, they know about the pedigrees and the lines they coming off of. But they don't even know who the granddaddy really is, what color he is. They might know what color he is or whatever, but they don't really know the real traits of them. They don't know nothing about this dog in it, nothing about that dog in it. You know what I'm saying? But he got the nerve to comment on what I'm talking about. That's why I don't stud you brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't be studying you. Just like when I tell certain brothers, any brother, whoever it fit for. When we talk about them Big John dogs, listen here, man. I'm worried about my Big John dogs. Like I said, there's no disrespect to nobody at all. You know what I'm saying? Period. I worry about mine. I make mine a name. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you got to call yours a Big John dog. I call mine by the fucking first name. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You got to call yours a Walkabout dog. I call mine Fletcher. I call mine Mellow Yellow, and people know who the fuck I'm talking about. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I make dog. I put dogs in that limelight to where they known like that. You know what I'm saying? It's what I do. I understand the game. Make a name for your dog. Except I understand you got to be able to do more with these dogs than be stuck in that box, stuck with that mind frame. Oh, I could have easily just had a pit bull tied up on the chain and come out here training my Malinois, I'm training, and got the pit bull tied up on the chain. Nah, man. I'm bringing the whole game to the pit bull game. You know what I'm saying? The same things I would do with that, I could do it with the Mal, I could do it with my pits. It's only a handful of us brothers out there. Me, Saki, a few more of them out there with real game dogs that's trained. Not a little A for this and a little A for bully or A for that. You can't tell there's much bully in it because it looked like a pit, but it got a little something else in it. Because it's one thing that these brothers were correct about when they say about these dogs. A lot of these brothers across the community when it comes to training. And maybe a lot of these brothers don't know this, but these are some stubborn dogs. They are stubborn, They are smart. They have different, and see, this is the thing. When it comes to pits, there's so many different styles of them, so many different shapes and drives of them, that it's kind of, you got to kind of pick a certain one if you know how to train. If you're doing training stuff and you're going to use the dog for training, you really want to pick around, and there's certain things you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. This is one thing I want to say too as well. A lot of these brothers from back in the days, back in the days, 50s, 60s, 30s, 40s, whenever. A lot of these brothers, it was one thing you wanted to roll your dog, right? So they ain't had no reason to try to learn other stuff in their head. But we in a different era now where you got to learn other things with these dogs, right? So when are you going to start talking? And I'm not even talking about myself. I'm talking about anybody who does this with these dogs. Y'all spend 100 years talking about who rolled the dogs, but the brothers who take these same dogs that they say are animal aggressive, and you see these dogs, these dogs are with destroy dog. You know, they say they destroy dogs and animals and stuff. You see brothers take these same dogs and they work magic with them. You don't give them no props. It's about like the YouTube channels. The brothers who talk positive with this stuff, the brothers is just talking, regular stuff that ain't no messy stuff. Your views be low. But only the brothers that do that. Because when my white homeboys do the same thing, their views is doubled. And this ain't no knock to nobody besides my people. You know? It's where all the hate come from. You have everybody that hate. But your own people hate you the most. They don't gotta know you. You can just be happy. You can just be smiling all week long, and they get mad. Oh, he smiled too much. He laughed too much. He's always a reason to be mad at somebody about something. You know? So that's why I say, man, at the end of the day, I'm doing what I do. I can care less what you do. Like I say, you want to roll your shit? Roll your shit. You know how to do it. You know how to keep them. You know how to condition them. Whatever, roll your shit. But when I got you on the news, don't come talking no trash to me. Don't feel no kind of way about me if you ain't feel no kind of way about the people that did it before I did it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing, oh, use a F-boy or put them on the rope like the people in your comments do. When them people in the news thing post you up, in your local news, when they post you up, because they do it, every last one of y'all got posted. I don't care what state it was. If I posted you from South Carolina, the state you was in posted your ass in your local news. And when they posted your ass, go up under the comments, and you ain't got up under one of them comments. Not near one of y'all got up under there and say, stop saying that about me. Don't say that about me. Why you talking about my cousin like that? Why you talking about my homeboy like that? None of y'all say that. When them people talking about, put them in the electric chair, hang them, stick a fork in them, do this to them, put them in the street butt naked and let some dogs bite him. When they saying all that, where y'all at? Same place y'all at when them big giant dogs, when them boys talking shit about them, all y'all hang together. Then you want to pop out at the same damn time. That dude in Louisiana, them boys must have told you in Louisiana, man, I go holler at Pelican Bay before I get them. Get some real big giant, little giant stuff. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know about the dogs. You know? Like I said before, stand on my own name. Always been doing that shit. At the end of the day, it's levels to this thing, man. It always been levels to this thing. Y'all keep talking about fast lane, this and that. I told you it's in your mentality. My mind told me back in the days that I can kick this motherfucker who they want to say is big. I can kick his ass. My mind told me that. It's a mentality thing. While I'm standing around a bunch of people that say, oh, man, my keep, this is what they saying about their program. Oh, I got to get my keep together. Oh, I got to get my dogs together. Oh, I got to get this together. Oh, I got to get that together. Together turn into 6 months, turn into a year, turn into 2 years, 3 years, turn into all, and never forget about it. Being in the fast lane is a mentality, man. You ain't in the fast lane because you want to take 30 motherfuckers there. 5 of them females. People come, nobody, 10 people get away and everybody else get caught. That ain't fast lane. Because you need to impress that bitch. Take that bitch out to eat, nigga. Take her out to eat. Show her a good time. Take her on vacation. Do something. Don't take her to a dog fight. Ain't nothing sexy about that shit. And like I said before, on a video way back, and I'm going to say it again, to any shorty that's listening, to me, if your man really love you, he wouldn't have you out there. Straight up and plain out simple. Because if them folk roll up on you, your ass going to jail, and you're going to have to tell what's going on. I don't give a damn what you're saying now because you ain't in no trouble. Them folk roll up on you at that dog fighting and all them boys running, and your ass left there because you can't get away. You'll see. You'll see. So if your man love you, he wouldn't have you there. That's why they be mad at me. That's why they be mad at me. Because I tell the old lady shit like that. Man, listen here, man. It just is what it is, man. Maybe that'll save another brother. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have bought her any damn way. You know? She ain't no Katie Marlowe or none of them type women from back in the days. You know? As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for some of them girls being out there, some of y'all wouldn't be popping the shit you pop off at them shows to start things. When you start things at them damn shows, you start things because you're embarrassed. You hurt your dog getting his ass whipped. Or somebody done said something about your dog. Oh, now you want to pop shit because you don't want to look bad in front of your chick you bought over here that wasn't supposed to be there from the start. Yeah, man, that's why they don't like it. But it is what it is. I told you, I get to you fair and uncut, my brothers, my sisters. Y'all subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed yet. Yeah, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like I said, man, I'm going to be dropping more pre-recorded videos, so y'all stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? More than I drop. Normally, I was dropping more lives. I'm going to do less lives and more pre-recorded. You know, I'm going to where the bread at. The bread is with the ads. The ads want the pre-recorded videos. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. The sponsors and different things, you know. But everybody do what they do, man. And big salute to everybody that's doing what they do out there, you know. If you got motion, if you're doing anything, you don't got time to hate on nobody. I don't care what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't got time to worry about this or worry about that. You know, see, it's my job to worry about certain things because I'm a dog man, dog news man. So it's my job to worry about the stuff. But I'm talking about outside of that. These brothers worrying about how much you're selling your Publix folk. Hey, ain't nowhere near buying one. I don't see where that shit even makes sense at. Why you over there commenting on that man pounds of bud? Why you telling that man, I ain't buying no pound of bud. I wouldn't buy no pound of bud for your ass for no $4,000. Did the man ask you to buy it? Really? So you talking irrelevant shit. And that's what the dog game is filled with. A bunch of people talking irrelevant shit. Now let's get to talking about this Cardenas, Eli, Garner, Eli stuff. What's the difference, you know? And in my opinion, you know, because I'm not a real big Eli man, but I know about the Eli dogs, you know, and I know how to read. Just in my opinion, this is the chunking order. When it comes to you want to add some good Eli to your dogs, you're going to find a good dog where you find it at, for one. All right, now if you're going off pedigrees, we talking about if you're going off pedigrees, in my opinion, you Boudreaux number 1, Cardenas number 2, Tom Garner number 3, and then maybe Epinett number 4. You know, and I'm gonna say it like this because of the fact that Garner is not really a Eli-based yard. He's a heavy-bred Eli dog, or Chinaman has the Eli stuff in him. But he based it off of his dog. You know, he's not going back and trying to put Eli this, Eli that in his dogs. As long as it got an Eli in it, he's trying to throw it in his dogs. As long as it's coming down off Eli. You know, he got certain dogs, the Spike stuff, the Chinaman stuff, you know, which is, like I said, your Snooty, or, you know, it just depends on which way you want to say it. The Arts Missy, heavy Arts Missy, Snooty. You know, that stuff is not in the Cardenas dogs. The Bolio blood like that is not in the Cardenas dogs. you know. And then he got like, you know, his T Bud, well that says Boudreaux's T Bud, but you know the T Bud dog. It's a dog that Cardenas had. It started with a G. What's the dog name? It ain't Gringo. Started with a G, but that was one of his dogs that I seen that he had a lot of breedings off of, you know. But in my opinion, the Cardenas dogs are a little less, I'm going to say it like this. Their reputation is a little under Tom Garner dogs. You know, if I'll say I had to go look for, if I want me a good dog, not saying the Cardenas dogs don't make good dogs, but somewhere or another, he lost something where Tom Garner picked something up at. Garner kept the Eli, but he added something into his lines to where it spunked a little bit. It did something different to what Cardenas. Cardenas is more, in my opinion, he's more weeding towards your Boudreaux way, which is your base Eli. Now he has some outs in there as well. When you look at some of the Cardenas pedigrees, they had some outs in there, you know. But for the most part, it was the Cuba dog that I seen in that Cardenas stuff, that Cuba dog. But he didn't have a lot. I didn't see a lot of the, like how Garner be making his breedings, you know. And I think maybe, you know, sometimes they say every dog runs his area. You see, Garner in an area where it was stiff competition. Not saying Cardenas wasn't, you know, but he in a whole different area making them breedings, you know. And Garner in a different area where he gonna have to add this, he gonna have to add that. Back in the days I'm talking about, you know, he would have maybe add this, he would have add that, where the other guy just want to keep this in it because it's working for over there, but it ain't gonna work over here, you know. And I seen some great looking Cardenas dogs, but like I said, we just talking barbershop talk right now. If you just laid me down and said, I gotta start with this Garner dog or this Cardenas dog, first thing I'm gonna get is the best dog for one. Off eye contact, you know, whatever I feel like is the best. All right, other than that, in my heart, I'm gonna feel like I can work with the Garner dog better, you know, for the type of stuff that I need. I feel like I can work with the Garner dog better. And I feel like with the Garner stuff, it may kind of link with some of the other dogs I may be running, like my Red Boy Jocko. You know, we'll find Red Boy and Garner dogs. You might find Red Boy and his Eli dogs when you thought you had a straight Eli dog because you got him from Garner. You thinking it's Eli. You look at your dog ain't got 25% Eli in him. He got a lot of Chinaman now. He bred his ass out of Chinaman. But Chinaman's not directly off Eli. So there's a breakdown in his percentages. And then we talking 40 years later. So that's why I say a lot of people just look at Garner as an Eli man. When he have Eli dogs, and he's one of the people that you're gonna find some of your best Eli dogs in modern day time. He's gonna be one of the people that you're gonna probably find some real Eli dogs not being bootleg, dog pound shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about from his original dogs. Now I will say this, you know what I'm saying? And neither one of them dogs known, or not, I'm not talking about one particular dog, but neither one of the lines that you're talking about are known to be real super game lines. I never heard nothing, no Cardenas dog that was super game. And I never heard nothing about no Garner dogs that was super game. That's why he brought the Red Boy into his program. You know what I mean? There's no other reason I don't have to ask. I know it's common sense. If you're not a Red Boy man and you bring Red Boy into your program, I know what you're bringing it for. But like I said, man, me, myself, I'm gonna deal with the Garner stuff, but because I feel like it's more like, I'm gonna put it like this, right? Because it's kind of hard for me to explain it, but it's easy for me to explain like this. When it comes to the Garner and the Cardenas, this don't mean Cardenas dogs is better or Garner dogs is better from the statement I'm about to make at all. But what I'm saying, in my opinion, how I feel, if you got the Cardenas right here and the Garner dog laying right here, puppy I'm talking about, which one would I take? Or dog, which one would I take? Now, other than just the best dogs. And I feel like the Garner dog is like a pure form of Coke, you know what I'm saying, than the Cardenas stuff. For what I'm trying to do. Don't get me twisted. I'm not talking about a pure form of Eli. I'm talking about I can take his dogs and I can maneuver with them more than I can with the Cardenas stuff. In my opinion, that's why I take the Garner stuff if you got me two puppies in front of me. But I seen some brothers with some great looking Cardenas dogs. You know what I'm saying? I seen some of them. But brothers, I just feel like brothers haven't mastered that line of dogs enough to say, oh, the Cardenas is in the top 3 lines. Now, when I say that, brother, I get mad and get in my comments talking shit because y'all don't comprehend. Y'all just speak without thinking, Because I say, a Cardenas, or I say a Cardenas dog ain't game, or the Cardenas dogs haven't been mastered, or they're not in the top 3 when it comes to lines. Because if you got all the lines stacked out there in front of you puppies, Jeep, Red Boy, Bolio, Crenshaw, you got lines and you got people who got the dogs lines. Cardenas not gonna be in the top 3 that you're gonna take the dogs from. At least not this area of the United States over here. Now, like I said, some brothers in the comments think I'm saying that Cardenas dogs ain't good when they are. But y'all brothers not making a name for the dogs. There has no Cardenas dog made a name for themselves outside of the stuff that y'all call Mexican Eli and all that shit. I'm talking about the American brothers. So they took the Eli and made it Mexican, but y'all can't take the Mexican Eli and do nothing else with it. Then flip it back American. I'm asking y'all. I ain't telling you. He took the Eli, bred it how he wanted to breed it. And because them brothers are Mexican, they call it Mexican Eli, which I think is sort of prejudice or racism type shit. Not prejudice, but racism. Mexican Eli because the Mexican brothers breed it. But then that Mexican Eli done been out for a while, a long damn time. It went from Eli to Mexican Eli. Now, why the hell y'all ain't perfect the Mexican Eli? That's what I'm talking about. You have no Mexican Eli dogs perfected by these U.S. kennels. And I'm talking about to the point where they done put names out there. Everybody know them like a household name, like they know Mayday, like they know Yellow, like they know Jeep, and the rest of them. When y'all start talking about Cardenas dogs, y'all got to go back to the dogs Cardenas had. Nobody else did anything with them. When I say did anything, I'm talking about made them household names. So they can't be in the top 3, even though they may be producing some of the best dogs in the world. I'm just giving you my opinion. Now, I will say this. If I get the Cardenas puppy, I feel like got more of a question mark in my head now. I don't really know what this dog gonna do. Is this dog, are these even fucking game dogs? I know that'll make some of y'all mad when I say stuff like that. But it just is what it is. Like, if I'm picking this puppy up, that's the reputation y'all made out there. Garner dogs had a reputation of 45-minute stop. That Cardenas stuff, he ain't got no reputation. You know how they say sometimes bad credit is better than no credit? Some reputation is better than no reputation. And like I say, y'all will keep going back to T-Bud and the dogs that come off of them. I'm not talking about them dogs. I'm talking about all y'all that got dogs off of that stuff. You've been buying Mexican Eli dogs for the last 15 years. We're the ones that's producing off of them that you done bought back over here to America, and now you can call American Eli. Because that's all it is. You mean to tell me you going to call yours Mexican Eli because all it did was went from the Eli brother in America to the Mexican brother that bred in Mexico, back to you in America again, and you still calling it Mexican Eli. Now you want to ask me what it started to start your own line? Yeah. Y'all figure out 20 years from now, you start figuring that shit out. Oh man, it was a guy named Pelican Bay telling them brothers that shit 30 years ago. Yeah, man. Woo. Talk to me now. Talk to me. The brother who was Gonzalez, I know the Gonzalez Cuba dog. You know, the brothers got great Eli dogs, bred them in Mexico. You call them Mexican Eli, take the same dogs, bring them back. And you probably bred them more than what they bred them when they got them from Eli or Mr. Boudreaux. But it's the Mexican Eli. So yours should be what? What you gonna call yours? The black Eli, the white Eli. That's why I said before. What you gonna call it? The white Eli, the Chinese Eli, the Asian Eli. What you gonna call it? Hey man, I don't know, but like I say, that Garner stuff is heavy. Arts Missy, Snooty. You got your I want to say Hooten's Butcher Boy back there. And with the Cardenas stuff, it's more of an Eli-based strain with some of your more older dogs. You know what I'm saying? Garner did more dibbing and dabbing in the modern day, with the modern day dogs from the 90s, than that Cardenas stuff. You know what I'm saying? He incorporated more of the 90s element into his program than that Cardenas stuff got in it. That Cardenas stuff is kind of, like I said, it's not mastered yet. Maybe mastered in the Mexican Eli stuff. But when they come back over here, he got to get some vamping up again. I seen brothers in the dirty section of Facebook with great looking dogs and throwing money in front of the dogs and acting like this. Man, listen here, man. That money don't bite back and them videos don't bite back. No, none of that type of shit. And all dogs look good the first 5 minutes. All dogs look good when you let them just run over there and grab something real quick and pull them back. Or like I say, first 5 minutes. But hey, man, like I said, do what you do, my brothers, my sisters out there. Hit that like button up. If you want to donate to the channel, you know what to do. Cash App, $ Pelican Bay K9s, capital P, capital B, capital K. You know, and let that brother out there in Louisiana know I don't give a damn if he buy my damn dogs or not. Let him know I know you're thinking about me, though. You're thinking about me, though. And it's all good, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to talk a little bit about that Cardenas, that Garner stuff. And like I said, man, I bought a dog. I had a dog off of Bobby Peru one time that was kind of short dog. I didn't really like she looked okay. She looked okay. I'm not going to lie. She looked okay. You know, but I've always been a fan of the Santos dog. I'm not a big fan of, well, I don't really know a whole bunch about Dynamite and Dynamo. I just know I had a dog off Dynamo in my hands already before. You know, I know more about the Frisco dogs coming directly off Frisco than I know about the Dynamo and the Bobby Peru and all that. Those are more modern dogs. The Frisco stuff, you know, Bobby Peru may be an old one, but some of the more newer dogs like Kuma and all them other dogs and that red man dog and all that stuff, all that stuff that's coming off the red man stuff, that's more of your newer age stuff. You know, like I said, the stuff that I was getting or the stuff that I was around back then off that Garner stuff was the China Girl, Frisco, and he had puppies over Chinaman and different things like that. But other than that, they was coming directly off them dogs, man. The Cardenas stuff, I knew a few brothers that had Cardenas dogs back in the days, but I'm about to give you my honest truth. I didn't look at the dogs as they was the kind of dogs that I can just go in there and run through them in 5 minutes. If you know what I mean. And that's the look I got off the Cardenas stuff whenever, because he was the only person I ever dealt with the Cardenas dogs, right? So every time I heard somebody call Cardenas' name, they always show me some bullshit. And we talking about Wild Wild West days, not the days that you get on Facebook and get in front of your dog and throw money in there. Wild Wild West days, you had to back that shit up. They're going to get mad when I say this again. When I thought about the Cardenas dogs back in the days, this is what I thought about them. My one dog will run through that whole damn yard over there. Literally. But hey, man, like I said, I don't got a whole lot of experience with it. I never really heard anything good about the stuff, so I never really went towards it. You hear good about these other dogs, but you didn't really hear about the Cardenas stuff on my side. So I just, stayed away from it. And like I always say, I want to win. I don't want to collect dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's just the thing. When you want to win and you ain't trying to keep doing all that collecting and doing, but going over here, buying this, buying that, you focus and you beam in to pay attention to what's what when you buying dogs from people back in them days. Make sure I'm going to buy the good shit. While y'all want to sit around and don't want to pay for a dog, scared to spend $500 out your pocket, I'm going to spend $1,500 out mine, and I'm giving it instantly. I ain't even worrying about it. And you think about it, you're in the streets. You out there, you got money, but you don't want to pay for the dogs. So there's a difference, man. When you didn't want to pay for it, you got what you paid for. And I got what I paid for, and when I showed up with what I paid for, it made it, you could tell it was a difference. You want a $250 dog? Not saying you couldn't have bought a $250 dog, because we all paid $250 for some of the best. But I'm talking about in modern day time with modern day prices, right? They want a $250 or a damn $200 dog. It cost me more than that to feed my damn dog. It cost me more than $200 to feed a little puppies the whole damn time. Whether I'm feeding the mama or the puppies. That all considered, from the time she dropped them puppies, the mama and the puppies is one. They eat, when mama eat, it's to help feed them puppies. So whether they winged or not, everything that I got to put into food from the time them puppies born to the time they go off is way over $200. These brothers don't want to pay $200. And then you want to come showing up talking big boy talk to a big boy dog. Mow. Man, get that bullshit up out of here, man. Get that bullshit up out of here. Like I said before, the game is built off game. The game is built off game. And sometimes you're going to take some that got tremendous mouth. But they run into that game. And smartness. You see, it don't matter how hard you can bite if the other dog's smart enough to keep him off of him. What the fuck difference it make? He can't get a grip. Oh, he an alligator. He an alligator. Well, I tell you what, that dog stayed out his way for the first 15 minutes. He ain't got no alligator no more. All that alligator gone. See, you holler at alligator because you know what he do when he fresh. Everybody that scream that mouth, you need to be screaming, man, I need, we're talking back then now. I need some mouth in an hour and a half. I need mouth at 2 hours. Weather that storm, that shit gone. Now everything you hot, everything that you speak high on, everything that you running in that dirty section of Facebook and talking about and talking trash about all this mouth, going in 15 minutes. You mean to tell me y'all go across the country to find mouth when that shit only lasts 15 minutes? Simple mathematics, man. Simple mathematics. It ain't hard to see. Some of y'all ain't got good sense out here. But it ain't that. It ain't the mouth scenario. It's just other things, you know. But like I said, man, I don't give a damn if the whole country didn't like Big John dogs. I like them, and that's what matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it ain't gonna make me go grab no dogs from you, or you. Because he like them or she like them or they like them. I like my shit, and that's all that matters. Some folk, like I say, they ain't got the confidence to stand behind their dogs like that. You know? All that trying to make a person be confident about their dog is over. I got to do me. It's smash season. Great content for my dog brothers out there. And just keeping it on a positive note, man. Keeping it on a positive note out here. Talking about these dogs, you can't do that. That's impossible. Impossible. Hey, you heard it from me first, man. They don't support the positive. They stuck in limbo. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. A lot of y'all brothers in that dog game, you stuck in limbo. You know the shit I say every day is true. You do dumb shit with these dogs. That's why your ass get jammed up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the ones that just go to brothers' houses and different things or whatever. I'm talking about y'all that go to them boxes and them shows and get jammed up in them boxes and them shows and got to run and all that shit. Dumb shit. You know? Dumb. Dumb. And then when somebody comment about it or say you're dumb, you get mad. Who cares, man? Who cares? You know? About as much as if I cared if that little guy from Louisiana bought my dog. I only got 10 of them. How many of y'all is out there? Imagine me trying to worry about, forget the people across the country. Just my little bit of subscribers alone. Just my little bit of subscribers. Me worrying about trying to get 10 puppy out to the subscribers I got. Man, listen, there's only 10 puppies. Fuck, I give a fuck about what you think. No matter what you say, what you do, it's going to be 10 people that don't feel like you. So I'm going to leave that at there, man. Cardenas, Garner, you're going to find a good dog where you find a good dog at. Modern day time, I just feel like brothers need to start stepping to the table with these Cardenas dogs, letting brothers see what they bring, just what they bring to the table, period. You know, they full of unknown question marks. Question mark when we talk about their temperament or drive. You know what I'm saying? Then you get a brother up there talking about what his dog do. Your dog don't represent the whole line. Like I said before, none of them dogs big time. When it comes to these dogs' names like Jeep, Red Boy, and all them other names, and the names that after them dogs as well. You know, you have big names after that. But I just be asking questions when it comes to the dog stuff, and I really don't care if it hurts your feelings or not. You know what I'm saying? K9s giving it to you like I always give it to you. We talking about that Sanchez dog on my next video. You know what I'm saying? Did a little research on that, and I want to check something out on it. Now, I will say this before I go. Dabo, man. This is one thing I want to say about Dabo. I said it at the beginning. I want to say it again. Y'all did exactly what I told y'all not to do. I don't want a whole long story about where he come from, who had him, this and that. I ain't asked y'all none of that stuff. I know people make up stories. I know people. All I asked y'all was, why is that dog on that book cover, inside that book, the same picture as Dabo? And I don't care what y'all say, that's the same dog. Some people say they ain't the same dog. Now, this is what brothers do. They show me pictures of Dabo, pictures of... At the end of the day, I don't give a damn about no damn Dabo. Dabo can't make me or break me right now. Dabo can't do shit in the damn world to help me benefit in my situation right now. I don't give a damn about no Dabo. Period. My dogs ain't got no Dabo in it. Unless they coming through unless they coming through some Mayday stuff. I got Mayfield dogs. You know? But like I said, man, I think that probably went a little above y'all head when I started talking about that Mayfield shit. It just is what it is, though. You know? It is what it is. Y'all gonna go back to talking about Dabo and all that. I can go back to talking about Mayfield dog. You know? Especially when they line bred all the way since Mayfield dropped them. I want to say the Lightning dog. But I ain't about to get into all that, man. Y'all have a good day, man. PBK9s, and I'm about here. Y'all stay safe and legal, and I'm about here.
It's a proven fact that the American Pit Bull Terrier is one of the most fascinating dogs worldwide. Maybe you've been thinking about bringing one into your family and need an in-depth look at the history, health, temperament, and lineage. This only means there's one book for you. The Pit Bull Encyclopedia is your one-stop shop when it comes to your furry friend or companion. Knowledge is the key to running a successful program, so make sure your pit bull is secured by having your very own copy of the Pit Bull Encyclopedia. Why are you still hesitating about something you can do today?